Y'all, this is Pam at Pink Dragonfly Wings with our, I think, 7th episode of Using Up Book Pages. So we are going to make a little trifold pocket today, and this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to take my glasses off for a second. So this is a little trifold, and it has a 1, a 2, 3, 4, 5. There's one in here. I did not put a tag in there yet. Haven't decided what I want to do with that. But there's a tag right here. And then there could also be another tag back here if you so choose to do that. Okay, so you could have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 pockets. 7 pockets. Whoa! 7 pockets. All right, and that's what we're going to make today, and we're going to do it out of book pages. Put this over here. I have decided that I was going to make a yellow one, so let's not forget this little pink paper clip goes right here with this, just to kind of help hold it together. Set you over there for a minute. All right. Going to use 3 book pages. These book pages right now are 6 by about 9 1/4. We are going to cut them down to about 7. So, but I do need 6 inches width. We're going to do 7 inches long, but we'll wait till we get them all 3 made, and then we'll cut them all the same so they kind of look like they go together. All right, let's get our glue here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make these approximately 3 inches wide. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn it over first because I want that on the outside. And we are going to, hopefully, I'm going to do it just inside the 3 inch mark, simply because this is only 6 inches and it's got to fit right here. It's got to glue. So we're going to go with whatever it takes to glue that. And that's going to be pretty close. Not quite 3 inches wide, but pretty close. Now, I'm not going to do anything. Well, I can, but I'm not going to do anything with this one right now because we're going to have to do something else before we, let's put this on the inside. I wanted the full text on the back if I could get that. So we're going to line this one up, fold it in, put that just inside that line a little bit because I do need them to be pretty close to the same. And then we're going to put this right here so that it has something to glue to. And that one is just a little smaller, so let's see if we can give us a inch more room, just an inch. And maybe that will work. Let's see. Yep, that's pretty close. That's pretty close. Let's see how these are. Okay, now that one is still just a little tad bigger, but that's okay. All right, we'll put this one on this side. We'll fold this one in. Now, one of them can be a little bigger, and that's the one that's going to be on the left because it's going to be on the top. So we can make it just a tad, just a sliver bigger, but we're going to have to make sure that we've got some glue space here. So let's make sure. And let's see if that is going to be just a tad bigger. Just a tad. That's all we need is just a tad. So what we're going to do is we're going to decide which one goes in the center. It really doesn't matter at this point. But we are going to do them like this. I'm going to fold them all here. I want to cut off a little bit at the top do with my cutter. A little bit here at the top. Cut all of those off the same length, and then I'm going to come over here and measure 7 inches because I need it to be 7 inches so it will fit on my little page. So I'm going to cut right here and right there. Okay, so that's going to make it pretty close. Alright, so we're going to trim this off down here at the bottom. And make sure I've got it lined up. Put those in our nubbin bucket in a minute, and there we go. They're all cut the same height. Now let's see, where's this one? Let's see. Pretty dang close, if I do say so myself. Okay, so what we're going to do, if you'll notice, on the inside of this is all text. So we want these to be here, here, and here. All right, so this one and this one we're going to cut in half to make these 2 pockets right here. So let's take this one before we glue it and this one. We are going to lay them down. 7 and halfway is 3 1/2. So we're going to do 3 1/2 here and 3 1/2 here. Let's make sure our paper is straight and cut it about right there. Okay. Now then, I'm going to take my knife, put you over there. What did I do with my knife? Who knows? And what did I do with my ruler? There we go. We're going to cut these together. So, y'all know measuring is not my forte, so I'm going to do as less measuring as I have to. So I'm going to start right there in that corner, come over and come right down here to this crease line. Right. So we have those cut. Now, while we have them like this, I'm going to go ahead and get my little thumb notch maker thingy, my bob here, and I'm going to go ahead and cut those. And I'm going to go ahead and cut these on top. If I can get it in there. There we go. And then we're going to put one in this one. Just one at the top. Okay, so we're going to put it about like yay. Alrighty. Now then, we can go ahead and glue these up. So, glue. And I'm going to start with this one. And we're just going to put a really thin, I left my little pin out. And this glue gets really picky if you leave its little pin out very long. And then you have to hunt around because you don't have your glasses on. And you have to hunt around and look for the little pin and you can't find it. So you get in the little bucket and you get another pin. And let's see, there's a pin. So we're going to use you and put you down in there. Clear that out a little bit. And I just washed this out. I don't know how it gets so clogged up so fast. Now then, we need to make sure we don't glue our pocket together. So we're going to stick it down here and glue this. There we go. So we've made a little tube, like a little tube. Okay, this is the one that's going to go on this side. This is the one that's going to go in the middle. Make sure it makes a tube so that it's not glued together. I'm the queen of gluing things together that aren't supposed to go together. Okay. Glue that down real good. We have 3 tubes, but we are not sticking very well right here, so I made my tube before my glue stuck. That's better. Now we have the 2 that are cut in half on the outside edges. This one's going to go in the center. Before we go any further, we do want to ink. If you ink, if you don't ink, that's cool. You can skip this part, but and I may not be inking either because I can't find my little doobie dobby. This little doobie dobby. Alright, so we're going to ink and go all the way around these. This really is a very simple little project. I am going to go ahead and ink on the back just because for right now in the video it's easier than trying to figure out what I do ink and what I don't. So there you go. And then I have a little piece of paper here somewhere, here it is, that I put in here. And I can ink on here. And then that way all of these, whoops, guess it really doesn't matter because it doesn't. But okay, there's our first one. Let's go ahead and do our next one. The only one we have on top is this one, so we can just do it by its lonesome here. Then we'll ink down here. I hope y'all are having an awesome day. It's hotter than blue blazes here, but it seems to be hotter than blue blazes here most of the time. So, don't know what I was thinking moving from Colorado here, but I was needed here, so that's why I came. There we go. Let's get this last one inked up and we'll be ready to assemble and then we'll decorate. Like I said, this is super, super simple to put together. Probably the hardest part is getting this little folio thing here inked up and cut out and measured up and ready to go. Is probably the hardest part. Okay, we're almost there. Almost there. I'll turn it over and do these little pieces right here. Get those inked up. And then we'll put this in here. And we're ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to put this out of the way. Not saying I won't need it because I'll need it again in a minute, but now we're going to put our little book together. Now then, what I'm going to do is take this one in the center, turn it over flat, and I'm going to put some washi tape halfway. I need to glue it because I did not do that on the other one, and I found that washi tape doesn't always stick the way I want it to. So Gonna make sure that I have some glue on here, and I'm only gonna put the washi tape halfway on here. Halfway, more or less. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact, but more or less, because we're going to do something with the other half of that. We're going to do this side here and get it glued down as well. Now, you don't have to use washi tape. You could use paper. You could use fabric. Whatever you have on hand. If you don't have washi tape, or if you don't like washi tape. I know there are some people out there who just don't like using washi, and that's fine. If you don't like it, then use something else. You could use decorative paper. You could use some pretty fabric, whatever you want to use. Now then, we have this on the outside here. So we are going to make sure we're facing in. We want our pockets to face towards the center, and we're going to glue it right here. And we're going to glue the other half of that washi tape on this little edge right here. And then fold this up and over. It's not quite halfway, but it's good enough for me. Let's see. It doesn't have to be. Okay, so we have that one. Now we're going to take this one, open this up, because this one will go inside first. Lay it down even with the center one, and run a bead of glue right down the edge, and then we're going to fold this up just like we did on the other side. Try not to get glue everywhere. Now that is all glued down, so we're going to cut off the excess of our washi tape here, because we don't want that hanging. And we'll do this one. Make sure that's sticking down. Okay. Now we have our little trifold made. This one will go in here, and the one that's the little bit bigger, the one that's just a tad bigger, will go on top so that it will match. The edges will match. Now then, I am going to turn it over, because what I do when I make these, of course I'm going to put these in my book, but I always put a little piece of double-sided tape where I am eventually going to glue, so that I don't forget. If you've watched videos where I've made a journal or something and I tried to review it later, I can't remember what I did. So let's see, where am I? Put that right there. So this is just telling me later, when I get ready to actually put this pocket somewhere, that I intended for glue to go on 3 sides, because I'm going to make another pocket to slide down there in the back. That makes sense. Okay, so we have our little pocket here ready. Now we have this ugly stuff here, you know, this where we seamed it together, and they're all on the back, and that's okay for the one in the center, but these are going to be seamed, so we got to do something to cover that up. So I got some pretty paper here that has some lines on it. So what I did is, let's make sure where I put this, because this washi is a little narrower than the washi. Things on my desk attack me from time to time. I know. It's kind of scary. But I'm going to put it about right here. Well, let's see if we can pull it out a little bit more because I want it to be about the same on both sides. So we'll cut it about right here. And we'll cut that. I have no idea how wide that is. I guess we could measure it, but it really doesn't matter. It matters how it fits in your book. Okay, so we're going to have this. The main issue, the main thing, and the main purpose of this little piece of paper right here is to cover up the ugly spot down the center. So we want it to be wide enough to do that. And in using this paper, it gives us a little bit of a writing paper, another little writing spot. We're going to leave this. Now, this kind of bothers me that it's like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink in a little bit more so that when I put that paper on there, I don't have a little bit of white and a little bit of ink. That would drive me crazy. Okay, so I'm going to do it like this. I want this piece of paper to butt up pretty close to this piece of washi right here. And then this is going to make a prettier edge. It's just me. If it doesn't bother you, don't worry about it. Just leave it and let it go. Now I'm going to ink our paper up. And I do like to ink dark, so if you don't like to ink dark, don't ink dark. Just let her fly. And let's get some glue. Let's see if we've got some here that'll come out of here. And we're just going to ink up the back. It's a little long, so I'm not going to worry about going all the way to the end. We'll show you a little trick here that I am going to do. Scooch over. Okay, so we're going to put that right like that. Run that down. Now then, we have this done. And I'm going to take this little piece right here and fold it in here. I can do it, except I think I'll cut it off just a little bit, simply because we really don't need it that long. We just want to cover up that little nubbin hole that's going to show. So we're going to fold that over and do it just like that. Make sure our paper is down and not folded like I just did it. There we go. Come on. There we go. And then we're just going to ink the top of this so that it looks like everything else. Okay? So there's our writing space and our two pockets. Going to cut another little piece here, and I am going to measure it again simply because one of them is slightly bigger than the other. So I'm going to measure each panel independently, and we'll go about to right there. Cut off another one. There we go. And this paper is a digital kit, and I honestly cannot remember who I bought it from. I don't know. I can barely remember where I put my Dobby thing. So, alright, we're going to ink up this edge here for the same reason we did it on the other one. will ink up our paper. There we go. Just ink it, ink it, ink it. And then we're gonna glue this all the way around. Ink it all inside here so it stays good and stuck. We're gonna put our paper up butted close to our washi tape there, which should give us about the same amount on this side. Alright, there we go. Cut that little piece of double stick tape off there. And I need to cut this off a little bit up here just because we realized it was a little bit long. We're going to fold this over. I'm going to go ahead and I think that helps if it has a little bit of a crease there. Okay, then we'll glue this one down and stick it in there. Now you do have to be careful with the glue to make sure you don't glue your pocket together. A glued together pocket is no good. Okay, so we've got, goodness gracious. Okay, so we have 2 of our pocket tabs done. We have our writing space in here and here. So all we have left to do is we could take a little piece of this and put it right here. We cut off 2 of those, so I wonder what I did with the other one. Who knows? But I have more paper, so that's the good thing. Now, I tried doing this with the other one, and I think that it will work a little bit better if I glue that. Oh, I forgot to ink it before I put it down. Let's see if I can ink that. Good enough. Don't let me forget to do that on that one. Now, I don't know what I did with that other paper, but I do have a little piece left from the prototype that I made. So I think I will just use it, but I'm going to ink it first this time. And we're going to put just a little glue there to hold that in. And then we're going to slide that in right there, just to cover up that hole. Alright, so that one's covered, that one's covered, that one's covered, and that one's covered. The only one that isn't is this one. And so we'll cut just a little piece off of this. Now, you don't have to do this. It is not necessary whatsoever. It is only if you want it. And I just kind of like these little, they just make them look a little more finished to me. So, put just a little bit of glue right there. Slide this one right in there. And we are good and ready to go. Now then, the only thing we have left to do here is to glue the bottoms. And we're just going to put a little piece of glue right here at the bottom of this one. At the bottom of this one. Oops. Let's try getting it in there. And right here. Now then, we also have to glue the top of these. So we need to make sure we get this little part glued down. because these are separate pockets. So we want to make sure this pocket closes or our little tag is going to fall through in a minute. Let's raise that up. Come on. Now, there is no space between this pocket and this pocket, so you just have to put it a little bit on the inside and then make sure that it doesn't leak out, and close up our pocket here. We want to make sure that our pocket has not glued. Okay, so we'll make sure that one is not glued. We'll make sure this one is not glued. We'll make sure this one is not glued, and this one. If I can see to slide the ruler in there, I may have glued this one together. Nope, I didn't. Just couldn't get the ruler in there. So, alrighty. And I think I checked this one, but let's check it again just to be sure. Yeah, I got a little bit of glue right there. That's okay. Fix that little spot there. Okay. Alrighty. Now then, before we start on the tags, I am going to stop for just a minute. I told my family that I'm cooking supper tonight, and I told them, but I took too long. So I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to run cook dinner. Come back in a minute, and we'll do the tags and finish this baby up. Okay, so I'll be right back. See you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. We had a delicious supper, and we had sweetened carrots and corn on the cob and pork chops, a pork loin chop, and peppers and onions to put on top of it. Oh my gosh, it was delicious. Delicious. All right, so here we were at our finishing our little project here. Okay, so we've got our journaling paper on the backs. This we're going to put down on the page, so we're not going to worry about that. I had a little piece here that I was going to cut off and make a little pocket here on the front. So don't know that we're going to need this cutter again. If we do, it'll be right down here. So there we go. Let's get some ink here and finish this up because we're almost finished. Hope you and your family had a wonderful dinner. My husband is the main cook in our family, so it's not very often that I cook. But oh, and I went off and left my little pen out of my little glue bottle thingy, my bob. Oh, it's gonna work though. Alrighty, we're gonna put this right down here on the bottom. Excuse me. And then I found some little butterfly things here. I thought these might be kind of cool to put on the bottoms of these. And I'm gonna put that right there. See if I can cut that off. Put a little, no, we're not going to make a pocket out of this, but this is just kind of for decoration, a little bit to kind of look nice on the bottom of our pockets. Let's see if we can put some glue on this. And we'll put this right down here. Yeah, that looks kind of nice. Just some little decorative thing there. And then we can put this one up here. And let's measure that one right there and just cut that little nubbin off. There we go. Put that in the trash. Ink up these edges just a little bit. It's already kind of pre-inked kind of thing on it, so we don't need a lot of ink, but we got a little bit there. We'll put that one right there. That kind of helps us define where our thumb hole is. And let's see. I don't know about that one because the word is right in the center, and if I might can cut it off like that and do that. That'll work. Sure, that will work. Okay, we'll cut this one off right here. And on the end, just because this says romantic on it, and this one says just a dream, and so I wanted to leave those words on there and work on it to make it fit. So we just have to make it fit. Okay, we'll put this one on the bottom down here. So we have a word here and a word here, and then just butterflies here and butterflies here. And have to cut just a little nubbin off of that in order to make it fit. So let's see how we did. We did perfect. Alrighty, put these on here. Then we'll get busy making those tags and get those on here. And put that one right like that. That just adds just a little bit of, I've got some flowers here. We can also add some flowers on here. Let's see, these are kind of orangey brown. Let's see if we can find some out of here to see. Alright, I like this one right here. And I actually have two of them. And that'll fit right there, right in front of our thing, our paper. And then what about this one up here? Have some pretty orangey, yellowy kinds of things going on, and I kind of like that idea. Alright, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to use those. That was not hard at all. And could put a little piece of this right here and liven that up a little bit. Goodness, excuse me. I had a little plastic thingy. Put that back in there. That just tells me where to reorder. I'll put these back in here. Alright, let's get started on this and get this all done. And there we go. Pulling these little things off of here. This is the hardest thing I think I do. Is pulling these little nubbin things off of here. I never can find the right one to make it work. Well, good gracious. And I have 3 more of these to go after this one. Okay, I got this little doobie dobby here, we're going to try it and see how that works. It's a little piece of plastic that has some little glue dots on it, and it's supposed to hold this back sheet on here, but I haven't quite figured out the technique yet. There we go. Okay. Got it started anyway. Whoa, that was a lot of work. Okay, so we're going to put you right there under, and I have well, I had one, had a little thingy-my-bob. Well, I'll just use the edge of this. When we don't have what we need, we improvise. Okay, so there we go. Let's get this one. See if we can get this one off a little easier. Yes, that one came off much easier. Okay, so we'll put you right like that. And there we go. Put this one on. I think we're cooking now. Yeah, we got it going. Okay, so we're going to put you right there. I can get you to stick in the right spot. There we go. That's going to look really pretty. One more, and then we'll do this one down here. Get those tags made and call it a night. Okay, now this one's going to give me fits. I raved on the other ones, and so now they're jealous. So we're going to put you on here and see how this works. I have not just been overly impressed with this little plastic thing here yet. Although it does work, maybe I'm just getting better at it. Maybe so. Maybe so. Let's see if we can make the plant a little bit straighter. And there we go. All right, we have some flowers. I'm going to put this little jobber, and we're going to put him down here on the front. And we're going to put it kind of at an angle so that it kind of goes sideways. There we go. All righty. Now then, I've got two little, these are just little bookmarks. No biggie deal. Let's see about rounding the corners. Let's do that one. I don't know why I do that sometimes. Get it in there crooked, and well, I don't know what I do. Sometimes I'm just amazed as you are. Okay, I'm going to ink around the edge of this just to kind of give it some definition. And we'll do the back. Y'all know I don't like blaring white, so I'm going going to kind of dirty it up a little bit on the back. I'll put you in there. And then, where did I put my ink? I do not know how I lose stuff. How did you get way up there? I don't know. Okay, here we go. I think I ate, and now my tummy is full, and my body thinks it's time to go to bed. It's like, oh, you fed us, so now it's time to go sleepy time. But the sun's not even down yet. I know my little grandson is staying here with us. Several times I've tried to get him to go to bed early. I mean, like early. And he says, but the sun isn't even down yet, Nana. So, okay, there we go. We've got 2 of those in there. Now then, we're going to make our other tags out of these pieces of index card. And I went ahead and cut them, measured them in our pockets. Now the ones on the bottom are long, so they can kind of stand up. If you don't want them that long, that's cool. You can cut them down. But we're going to put these down here. Sure we are. I wonder if these are the ones that I cut. And I did, but for some reason this one is narrower. Wonder if I glued it a little bit. I just stuck my paper down in my glue, or in my ink pad. So let's kind of see here if we can pull that up just enough to get our tag down in there. And it's not going to work, so we're going to just cut the tag down. So we will cut off to right there. Let's see if that will work. A little more. Well, goodness gracious. Okay, instead of 2 1/2, we'll just make it 2 1/4. And I know that'll fit. That will fit just fine. So we'll make you 2 1/4 as well, just because we want you to match. Certainly don't want you to be uneven. Okay, so we'll put you in here. There we go. And what we're going to use on the back side of these, I'm going to use this one. Now, where did our little ones go? They're right here, and I'm probably going to have to cut them down. Let's see. Nope, those will fit just fine, so we're going to keep those. And then we have one here. Let's see if this is going to work down here. I think I got a little carried away with the glue when I was gluing these down. So we're going to do that one, and let's cut this off about right here. Oh Lord, sometimes it just amazes me how many things I can do wrong. Let's see, that one's the one I inked up. So we're going to get this one, and we're going to make it just a little bit longer. And we'll make it about like that. so it sticks up. Alrighty, so we've got these ready to go. Now, what we're going to do is I did the last one with some old music paper, and I really, really liked the way it looked. So, this is very fragile. It is only going to be usable if, well, I don't know about that one. I like this one. I don't know what the song is, but I like it. And you can see that it's kind of fallen apart here, but it's, oh my gosh, it's awesome paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue these, and I don't want the words on it this time if we don't need them. So I'm going to put this one right here. We're going to just put some glue on it. And just cover the front of this. This is just, like I said, this is using up old book pages. And we're going to try to see if we can get this on there. And that's pretty good. Okay, and we'll get this one. And this is just covering the front. We're going to leave the tall tags blank. We're going to, oh, yeah, I just barely made it with that one, didn't I? Whoa, whoa, woohoo, that was close. Okay, then we're going to take these, we're going to leave these lines for our journaling. And these are pretty thin. I got these at Dollar Tree. And they're pretty thin. They're not your normal weight of index cards. But that makes it nice for that work. Actually, I think I will save that, and I will put this on this one. Okay, and we'll put this one right here. And then we'll do the two shorties. There, and we'll put the last one up here. No, we're going to put it over here. Okay, close that off. Alrighty, then we're just going to cut them out so that our pretty music paper is on the front. There we go. Now isn't that pretty? That brown is just luscious. Luscious, luscious. Okay, so we'll cut these two out. Put the scraps in our scrap bucket. So we save our scraps. We do not throw them away. Okay, and then we'll cut right down the center. Those are our two shorties, and then we'll do our other two. Oops. See if I can cut straight. And I do save these pieces, even though they're pretty fragile, because they look beautiful in collage work. And you glue them down, and then maybe even put a little coat Mod Podge over the top of it, and it kind of helps hold it together, and it works out just fine. So I do keep the little scrap pieces, because like I said, this brown paper is just so lusciously beautiful. Okay, there's that one. We're going to have to cut this off just a little bit down here on the bottom, but that's all right. We can do that. We can cut slivers. Very, very slivery. Very slivers. Okay, and then we have one more. There we go. Let's see. Got a little snag there on that corner. Okay, we'll put all of this in our scrap bucket. There we go. And then we're going to corner punch all of these with just the little round corner punch. It kind of blends in with the thumb holes that we put on the top. So, and I'm using, this one has 3 sizes of corner rounders. There's 3 different sizes of the rounded one, and I'm using the one in the middle. It really doesn't matter. Okay, let's do this one and this one and this one and this one. Now, I think we have them all. So we have a bottom one and a bottom one, 2 top ones, 2 back ones. Great. All right, give me just a little second here. We're going to ink these up pretty quickly. Not going to spend a lot of time doing inking. I know y'all all know how to ink, but put this off over here. Yeah, we're going to go in after we get through with the video and finish watching the Olympics. We love the Olympics. We prefer the Winter Olympics, but the Summer Olympics are pretty cool too. And so, now my husband and I thought one time, oh, we would love to go see the Olympics in person. Till we started looking at how expensive it was. And 2 poor old retired school teachers just can't afford to do that. So we didn't get to go. But that's okay. We enjoy watching it on TV and yelling for our favorite team, favorite person. Alright. Now y'all know I don't like the back to be so white, so I kind of ink that up a little bit just to kind of grungy it so that it's not quite so glaring. Must have pinched off a little piece of that there, so put a little extra ink in the corner. And these index cards make beautiful journal cards because they've already got the lines on there and everything, and they're all nice and even and really nice. So, and then when you put that paper on the back of it, it kind of makes it strong enough that it works, but it's not so thick that it adds a whole lot of bulk to your journal. So started on that, but I didn't finish it, did I? 2 more, y'all. Just 2 more, and we're done. Okay, let's turn these over so I have a pattern going here. Got my groove going. I mess up my groove and I lose my place, and I can't remember what I was doing or where I was. Good catch. Alrighty. Now we're getting there. Right, it's coming together. There we go. You could add some decoration to these journaling cards if you'd like. You could put some stickers on it or some washi or, you know, really pretty much anything you want to do to fancy them up a little bit. But I'm going to leave these blank. All right, so here's our tags. What we're going to do is we're going to put a short one up here, a short one up here, a tall skinny one down here, and a tall skinny one down here. Come on, baby, I know you fit because I measured you a while ago. Well, goodness gracious, maybe it was this one. I guess it was. Maybe I must have cut them a little different. Oh well, there we go. Now we're going to put this one in here. And then this one will go in the back here. And we have a fold over and a fold over with our tags. Ta-da! We got to eat dinner and finish. So I have made myself a little book, a little journal, and this, I haven't finished it yet, but this is the journal that I made, and I'm going to title this using up book pages, and I'm going to put all of my projects in here. So I've already put a couple of them in here. This was episode 1. This was our little tags that we made. I think I've done 6, but I haven't got them all in here. Here's episode 2, and this was the 2-pocket overhang that hangs over on the back here. And there's another one in here somewhere. So, but what I think I'm going to do is use this on this pretty yellow paper here, simply because we did this in yellow. But I think that I'm going to do it on this side, like that. Alrighty. And so I have my tape here to remind me that this is where I put glue only. So we're going to tear this tape off and tear it off and tear it off, and then we're going to go right down here, right on top of that glue, except I think my hole's finally covered up here. So let's get this glue. Probably need to use this glue anyway. It's a little bit stronger. We'll go right down here, and right back up this way. And then we can put a pocket right here in the center. Let that sit for a minute. And I did get a paper clip. I got a little yellow paper clipper in here somewhere, but I'm not going to put it on here because I'm gluing this down. So I think I'm just going to add the paper clip over here on the side because it is a music note paper clip. I think I'm just going to put it there and let it be part of the decoration. So there we go. And then when this dries, I will put this in here, right back here. And it will just slide in right here. But I don't want to, I can tell right now that it's kind of sliding and it's getting glue on it. So, but this is how it will look. And you open it up, you've got your writing, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 journaling cards, plus a long sheet of writing paper and a long sheet of writing paper. Then if you wanted to decorate, we could put some more washi tape around here or whatever and fix it however you want it to be fixed. But I need to get this tag out of here because if I don't, it's going to get stuck in there, and because it does have just a little bit of glue down the edge, so I don't want that to glue in there. So there we go. We have our episode number 7, and I'll make a little tag to put on that and put that in our journal and have it ready, and hopefully by the time we get finished, we'll have our little journal finished. It's just papers, coffee dyed papers. Oh, there's the other one. This was the 3-pocket tag with a little tuck back here. This little tuck. That was episode number 3. 4, 5, and 6 are still sitting there. I haven't got them in here yet. But we'll get them in here. And now we have episode number 7. And there we go. Thank you so much for joining me today and making this. I think it's just really, really cool. And I think that I am going to go back and add some washi tape here along the edge just to kind of liven that up a little bit. It looks kind of bland. So I will do that off camera and get that all set up. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I would love to have you as part of our Pink Dragonfly Creative Group. And there you go. So share with everybody you know. We need subscribers. We need people. And until next time, you be creative too. Bye-bye. See you next time.